It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm joined by the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the Jet, Kenny Smith.
Bye, Ernie.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Nothing goes together like the Pacers and Indiana as we get ready for an interconference contest here in Indianapolis. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony. We'll be catching up in a bit from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. And this is a one-and-done trip for Dallas before going back to their Mavericks fans. Facing off here against a very talented ball club, guys. This is a tremendous chance for them to put all their skill and talent on display.
And you know, for the Mavericks, their season has been exactly the kind of misadventure their fans were afraid it might be.
And with the major changes we know are coming, now you have players fighting for their jobs, trying to prove they deserve to be here beyond the end of this season.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with D'Angelo Russell. Then it's Dario Saric. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Richardson in at the small forward spot. So the Indiana Pacers able to put the first points up on the board. Russell, terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. And a couple of big-time pivots going head-to-head tonight. Doris, looking at the NBA right now, how has that center position evolved on both ends of the floor?
Well, it seems to me that increasingly, unless you're a shot maker from the perimeter, you can't find time on an NBA floor. So certainly they've become more perimeter-oriented. The ability to at least make a mid-range jump shot helps the spacing on the floor. And then obviously on the defensive end, Kevin, the more valuable you are is based on can you switch and pick and roll situations, guard a variety of positions, say 3, 4, 5, and if necessary, in an absolute pickle, can you stay with a guard if you've got to switch a pick and roll between a big and a small.
And racing up the court, you have a number of options and a great decision there.
I love how he took the initiative, right? You took charge of the opportunity and made the right decision.
Now, here is Russell. Outside Hardaway. Rebound by Murray. For Indiana, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Kicks it to Cauley-Stein. Towns with the steal. And they're on the break. Russell passes to Richardson. Dallas again missing. Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Antetokounmpo, and a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got his first points of the game.
And one thing you notice with Giannis is just how much better this team is with him on the floor. What he brings on offense and defense is as huge as any player in our league.
Knocks down the 3 ball. Russell's got 5 points so far.
And we're going to be watching this for the next decade or more. Russell savage from deep.
Here's Antetokounmpo. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Last game matched up with the Magic. Tough loss there.
Well, listen, I've seen worse performances offensively, but no doubt that group was inconsistent.
Well, certainly it wasn't their best night shooting the basketball. What you have to do is now put it aside and get focused for the next one.
And if he can hit that shot, it spreads the defense out and really changes the complexion of the game.
It just opens the court up so much more, and you like to see him get into a rhythm from beyond the arc.
And defensively, this is a nightmare. He's already on a roll.
But, Greg, the defense better start to disrupt his rhythm, or it's going to be an awfully long night for them.
And Saric kicks to Hardaway. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Just 5 on the clock. Saric with the screen for Richardson. Over onto Antetokounmpo. Richardson, no luck. Shoots the 3. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Pacers lead by 1. And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. The Mavericks trailing. And the Pacers still looking for their first NBA title, but 3 titles, as we know, for the franchise in their ABA days.
How about in 9 seasons with the ABA, they made the finals 5 times. Now, granted, there were only about 10 teams in the league, but that's still pretty impressive.
They've got Cauley Stein, Miles Turner out there with Antetokounmpo. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon, and it's Murray in at the 2. So that's the group out there for Indiana.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Russell dishes to Saric. There's a screen. Russell kicks to Richardson. Off target with his 3. Brogdon against Russell. And here is Brogdon, still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And the double up on Antetokounmpo. Murray, good.
Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
Towns, the screen. Russell kicks to Towns. Feeds it to Hardaway. Back to Towns. 6 on the shot clock. From down in the low post, it goes.
Towns is not fully developed at this point. Scouts feel someday he'll play in the 260, 270 range.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Brogdon. Here's Murray up on top. Guarded by Hardaway. Pass to Brogdon. The 3. Not going to go that time. And the Mavericks going the other way now. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. Another miss by Towns. Indiana leading by 4.
And looking at Towns and what he can do on the floor already at his age is impressive. This is a guy who's going to be a 20-10 player perhaps for the rest of his career. And as young as he is, I tell you, the sky is the limit. And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Yeah, with the score this tight, someone has to come over and take the charge, or at least contest the shot.
Cauley Stein, a screen. And Turner kicks to Antetokounmpo. Saric grabs the board. Saric has got 3 rebounds now in this one. And when you look at the second year for Towns, it's comparable to other great big men in the history of the NBA. And Greg, I'm talking about players in the top 50 of all time.
Yeah, I mean, just on the sophomore season stats, he looks like he projects to be one of the all-time greats. Comparable numbers to some of the best who have ever played it. Think of these names: Hakeem, Duncan, Ewing, and the Admiral. Maybe we'll be saying Karl Anthony Towns as well.
Cauley Stein, a screen. Dishes to Murray. Back to Brogdon. Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. Over Richardson. And the Pacers can't get it to go. The Mavericks leading. Outside Hardaway. They set the pick. Towns, the screen. Now Hardaway. He's coming off a 13-point game against Orlando. Saric inside. He's against Turner. Tries again. Goes up again. Can't capitalize inside.
Boy, too much traffic in the lane. Very difficult finish with the defense draped all over him.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime
It
Show.
is a good game we have here after one. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. Some good action during the period, as it was just a one-point game at the end of one. The second quarter was a tight battle, but they were the slightly better team. Not by very much, however. And now, folks.
And we return to Indianapolis, Indiana, with a look at all the activity taking place in this terrific downtown. Well, both sides. Hardaway with it. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. On the floor right now for the Mavericks. Charge is out there with Richardson. Then there's Towns. Then there's Hardaway. And it's Russell in at the point guard position. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Brogdon's got the first bucket of the third here for Indiana. The Mavericks shooting at a 32% clip from the field. They're just not executing. Here's Hardaway. Outside, Russell. Charge, just screen on Brogdon. Towns, the pass to Charge. 6 to shoot. Richardson dishes to Towns. Over Cauley Stein. Not enough on that one as it misses. Indiana leading. And we watch Giannis out there. He just looked unstoppable, Greg, at times. The way he's able to attack the rim, the blend of size, speed, and length is just unparalleled in the NBA.
And it's the movement that throws you off with Giannis. One step, and he's gone from the three line to the rim. There isn't any way to stop someone that skilled who's that big.
And Saric kicks to Towns. And stolen by Murray. Teardrop shot, and the rejection by Towns. Hardaway passes to Saric. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
Boy, searching for some rhythm here at the start of the second half. That's their third straight miss.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Brogdon. Back to Antetokounmpo. Out to Turner from outside the arc. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Turner's got the lead up to 6 now for the Pacers. The Mavericks have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. Towns sets the pick for Russell. Charge dishes to Towns. It's deflected. Stolen by Brogdon. Here's Antetokounmpo. That one falls.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Malcolm Brogdon, a second-round pick out of the University of Virginia. What a find, Greg, he has been, and you love that he can fill in at either guard spot.
And you get the feeling Brogdon was overlooked for being a four-year player in college. Has the passing and vision of a point guard, scores well enough from inside and out to play off the ball as well.
And there's the feed to Antetokounmpo. He dishes it to Murray. And Indiana, another three.
And you know what? They've been on a nice run here, had the ability to widen the gap. Now they are rolling.
This is a dominant stretch. I am so impressed with how they played together as a unit over this last stretch.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. This game against Indiana, the first time they've met this year. And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the threes and the twos last season for the Mavericks.
And their offense centered around the three-point shot. That was the guiding principle on every trip. Their first goal was finding an open look beyond the arc, getting that extra point every chance they could.
You know, the assist has to go to the screen on that play. Gave him all the room he needed to rise and fire.
Richardson against Antetokounmpo. He gets it in there. Cauley Stein's got the lead back up to 10 now for the Pacers.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Towns, the pass to Russell. Off target from outside.
I'll tell you, it'd be a big help if he could snap out of this cold streak. His shooting has been hurting them.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. They set the pick. And Cauley Stein has it in the corner. Over Saric. The shot by Cauley Stein, no good.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And so it's Indiana with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And let's listen to head coach Rick Carlisle review the game plan with his guys.
Keep playing. Take turnovers out of the game.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up. 2K Sports, happy to have you with us. We've got Miles Turner, Murray out there with Brogdon, and then there's Antetokounmpo, and it's Cauley Stein in at the center position. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Antetokounmpo kicks to Murray. With the second effort, it's rebounded by Dallas. Towns has got his fourth rebound in this one. Ball's knocked loose, and that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. Here's Russell. Saric dishes to Towns. Pass to Saric. Shoots over Turner. The shot by Saric, no good. Indiana leading by 10. Now here's Brogdon, and stolen by Richardson. And it's Russell in the corner. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. And Saric kicks to Richardson. Lock at 6. Fires at the elbow. And the basket is good. Richardson's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Dallas. And here is Antetokounmpo. The pass to Brogdon. Murray up on top. Guarded by Hardaway. Here's Antetokounmpo. Banked in off the glass. Antetokounmpo's got the lead up to 10 now for the Pacers.
Well, in that individual matchup, the rim is totally unprotected. He's just got too much size on him.
Dallas calls timeout.
Yeah, it looked like they tried to shoot their way out of the slump, and that didn't work. They got to go back and regroup.
Yeah, maybe a new approach, because what they're doing is not working. You're going to have to alter some things on the offensive end.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear Rick Carlisle's message to his team. He said, do you want this game? Don't tell me about it. Show me and show your teammates. We've got to play better, and we've got to play harder if we're going to come back. Guys.
Brogdon against Russell. Hardaway with the steal. Fast break, Dallas. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
And such a huge play, guys. I mean, that's a 4-point swing, possibly. Tremendous steal and conversion right there.
And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. Wide open look here for Murray, and a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got assist number 8 now on the night. Screen by Russell. Hardaway kicks to Russell. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. It's Brogdon on the wing. And again, it's Indiana.
And how about the excellent court vision? Just keeping the defense off balance.
I'll tell you, Greg, his passing has been absolutely outstanding. He is threading the needle right now.
Screened by Russell. Hardaway with it. Out guarded by Murray. Out to Hardaway. 5 on the clock. A floater, a putback, and it's Towns on the follow.
Well, second chance bucket, right? You have to put a body on Towns or he'll devastate you.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Murray. Now, Cauley Stein. Here's Turner. It's good. And the Pacers lead by 10.
Running up the score, showing no mercy.
At this point, they're completely overwhelming them. The opposition looks totally defeated.
Hardaway kicks to Richardson. And it's sent back by Turner.
Oh, Kevin, how about the reach of Miles Turner? He covers so much ground to come up with these blocks.
Murray, no good.
Oh, a lapse defensively, and they actually get away with it. Bad idea to leave him open consistently, though.
Stolen by Brogdon, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Russell. "17 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Outside, Antetokounmpo. So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming...
Murray with 36. Goodness gracious. Giannis with 27, 18 boards, 27 assists. That's tied for the season high. Yeah, Chris Paul had 9. Here's another 9. Turner with 21. Wagner with 18. WCS with 12 and 18. Good grief. Sarge with 27 and 15. 24 and 21 from Towns. 15 from Russell. THJ with 12 points, 9 boards, 12 assists. Register with that classic 6 points just to avoid getting a low stat line. Oh, yeah. But yeah, they kind of just, no mercy. No mercy. So we got a coach firing. The Seattle Sonics have fired Jeff Hornacek.